Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. I know nobody expect me to go live on a Saturday morning because I never do. I'm out on road still. I have a couple of extra minutes. So I figured I would go live and vibe. And if nobody watches the live, then so it go. It'll be an extra video on the channel for you to watch later. Listen, two videos got released with Puffy yesterday. Puffy P. Diddy Combs. Two videos got released with him yesterday to the public with him beating on Cassie in one video, and in another video Cassie is trying to cover up herself under a blanket. Apparently he had just finished abusing her and she was trying to cover up herself under a blanket, and he was videotaping her and laughing at her while he was videotaping her under the blanket. That's the two videos that were released. I want to talk about those two videos that were released about Puffy, or with Puffy in them yesterday. But before I talk about those, I want to talk about these bills in a Farin. I want to go to my yard to see. Jamaica have bills, but Jamaica don't have bills like them. Yeah, shout out to my Jamaican people who never lived in a Farin before. Shout out to my Jamaican people who have people in a Farin who make them feel like, say, money grow up on tree in a Farin. Boy, the bills here is something else, right? I mainly want to talk about, I live in Florida, and I know a lot of people are probably going to say, SouFlo, shut up, because you make good money, so the bills shouldn't bother you. No, the bills bother me. The bills bother me. Here's why the bills bother me. Have you ever gotten a $600 light bill? That's what my light bill is now, $594, and it says due in 1 day. Now, me have to ask myself, where we come from with $594, almost $600 light bill? We didn't do anything different. We didn't run no extra light. We didn't run no extra electricity. We didn't stay up any extra later hours. Matter of fact, man, may I try to figure it out. So check it. I called the FPL, right? Florida Power and Light. I called the Florida London boy. Big up yourself. We're gonna talk about the Puffy video in a minute. I just want to get the ranting of the bills out the way and have some time for the notifications to build up, because people don't normally expect me to go live on a Saturday morning, right? But the way how that Puffy video is set up, I had to go live this morning. And again, for those who are wondering, I'm out on road me there, but I think I'm starting to like using the phone to go live now. But hear me out. The bills. Back to the bills. Shout out to every person who paying these bills. Listen, I saw my bill, right? My regular light bill would be like $200 and something, like say $250, $260. I remember last summer my light bill doubled right when summertime was almost coming around. So I called FPL, Florida Power and Light. You know, in Jamaica we have JPS, Vibes Cartel call them Jamaica Pussy Hole Service. But I called FPL, I said to FPL, hey, why did my light bill double? You know what the people them tell me? Maybe you're using more electricity than you normally do. I said no. As a matter of fact, we weren't even here for a good couple of weeks. We were on the road. We were in another country. I set the thermostat at 80 degrees for the house just so the AC wouldn't kick on and, you know, run up any extra bills. We turned all lights off. There wasn't nobody there to open and close the refrigerator, all this other stuff, right? Why my light bill doubled? FPL says they can't give me an explanation. Next thing I know, my light bill hit $400 and something from $200, you know. And I'm talking about today, right now, I got a light bill ready to be paid today, and it's $590. I just call it $600. So how did I go from $200 and something to $400 and something to $600 in light bill? The world is changing, y'all. I'm putting y'all up on game. I'm putting y'all up on game. The world is changing. I call FPL again. I say, hey, why is my light bill $500 and something? You know what they said? They said they automatically increase your light bill when the temperature changes, when the season change. So we're going from a cooler season into where it's starting to get warm and hot. And some of you live in cold places, right? So you don't know about Florida. Florida gets hot. This time of the year, you where you live at, you getting cool weather. This time of the year where we live at in Florida, we're already up in the 90s on a daily basis. It's hot out here. Yesterday was like 94 degrees. That's 6 more degrees away from 100 degrees. Hot, right? We live right by the beach, man. And we can enjoy the beach. But the heat, they said when the heat starts to rise and the season change, they automatically increase your light bill. I said, how do you automatically increase people's light bill? What if they're not even at home? Because that was the case before with me. She don't have no answer for me. She don't have no answer for me. So now my light bill is almost $600. Almost $600. Why is Michael Jones 24 talking about who cares? Michael Jones, who you talking to? Who you talking to about who cares? Hey boy, I mean, I have no money sometime, you know. Be careful, you know. Who you talking to about who cares? Alright. So yeah. The bills, man, the bills are foreign. The bills are foreign will kill you. So shout out to the people in Jamaica and the Caribbean who have people in the US who make sure you're okay all the time. Your people over here, a lot of the times, they're not making no whole heap of money, even though they make you feel like they are. You understand? So I appreciate your people, them, who actually look out for you, who care for you, who send you a thing on a regular basis, and all that other stuff. Because it's rough out here for people. It's rough out here for people. I could slide by and pay this almost $600 light bill. I can't imagine what somebody who is not making that kind of salary got to look at that light bill and be like, damn. And this ain't the Caribbean. This ain't Jamaica where, you know, when you live a country, because I'm from in the countryside, right? If the light go out, if we don't have JPS money, we skip that. If them cut the light, them cut the light. And we not bridging nobody light. We good with solar lighting, or we good with lamps and stuff like that. You can't do that in America. You can't just have your house just sitting there on the block and it's the only house that's dark. And you got kids in there. They'll send child protective services to your house. Why are your children in here with no electricity? Are you cooking for them? Are they able to eat? You know, they'll probably take your kids out your house and tell you when you get the lights back on, we'll put the kids back in your house. So it's a whole different ball game here. You know what I mean? Somebody says, can you dispute it? I've tried disputing one of them before. It didn't work. They'd give you a long explanation of, oh, they send you to some people they call the experts. And they give you a long list of explanation of how you could possibly be increasing your light bill. But their end goal is to get that money out of you. So no matter what you do, you're going to pay that light bill that came to the house. You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, Pauline Graham said lantern. Lantern. My light bill is $600 too, and that needs to be paid immediately. And they send you collection notice. Lead Dops official. So Lead Dops official, you feeling what I'm saying? I don't know how the light bill reached. I don't know what's going on in your life, but I know ain't nothing going on in my life where my light bill should be pushing up to $600. That's a light bill. And the last part I'm going to say about these bills before I talk about the puffy videos, the last I'm going to say about these bills is this. The world is changing. They don't even want to speak to you anymore. They send you the bill. If you have a dispute, you're going to have to go a long route to settle any kind of dispute. You notice every time you call, right? Like just a few years ago, I was able to call FPL and get a person on the line, customer service, and have issues addressed. Now, if you're calling about blah, 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 press 1. If you're calling about blah, 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 press 2. If you're calling about blah and blah, press 3. If you're calling about blah blah blah, press 4. Or if you'd like to hear this again, press 5. And ain't nobody coming to talk to you. Ain't nobody coming to talk to you. I press the button that says I want to dispute my light bill. It says you can do so at www. I'm waiting for the part where they say, okay, hang on, somebody will be with you in a minute. Nobody. Then I'm trying to put the numbers in the phone, like, you know, when you pay with a card. I'm trying to put the numbers in the phone to pay a bill, right? And this is a different bill. By the time I get the two first digits, I feel sorry for elderly people. By the time I got the two first digits, on it says, we do not recognize, or you've entered an invalid number. I'm like, I can't be moving. Nobody else is going to be moving faster than I'm moving. And they don't even give you time. You have entered an invalid number. I'm like, I only put 2 digits in. The world is changing, man. I think it's going to be more frustrating in the future for us because we're going to be the elders. 20 years from now, we're going to be the elders. I'm going to be my mom's age group 20 years from now. 20 years from now, we're going to be the elders. New generation come in. New technology is going to be running the place. New things are going to be happening. You're watching it phase in right now, but you don't recognize it. But it's going to be even more, more rudimentary, more into that. So my advice to those who are grown now, stay on top of what's going on so you don't get left so far behind in the future. Because I watch it happen to my grandparents. I would give my grandmother, I went to Jamaica one time, I was like, why grandma still have flip phone? Why my grandmother got a flip phone? So I'm thinking I'm doing something good. I went and got her one of these phones. I'm thinking touch screen. I'm thinking, apps she could use. Man, that poor lady was so confused. Every time she pick up the phone, and she would see, like, when you open the phone and you see like all these apps and stuff on there, open up the phone. My poor grandmother, she is like, well, how me use this? What all this for? I don't know no Facebook. Who is Facebook? It says settings, it says Play Store and Google and one whole heap of something where me no understand, all me want to do is make a phone call. Technology left her way behind. If grandma did only know that she could have jumped on Facebook and link up with everybody because the whole family is on Facebook, see all her grandkids who live a foreign picture all the time. She never know. And then I told y'all this before, she had intention tremors is what it's called. She never shake really, but intention tremors are when you intend to. Why life have some things for we. Intention tremors is when you go to do something, is when you start shaking. So she would try to dial people number, or she would try to answer her phone when the phone ring. So when you call my grandmother, she would try to, and the closer she got to answering, hitting that thing to answer the phone, her hand would shake harder. So she would answer the phone and hang up the phone in a one go on you. She would go, my phone a ring. Me answer it, click hello and hang up right away because her hand was shaking so hard. Hello and hang up, right? I said, why my grandmother keep hanging up on me? I go back to Jamaica again. I watch her phone ring. I watch her answer the phone. I was like, oh, that's what's happening. Me said, grandma don't need no smartphone. She don't need no touchscreen smartphone, nothing. So we have to get her back one of the phone them that have some big where she can see the numbers and it only has numbers and it just make calls. That's it. She can't even do FaceTime. So yeah, stay on top of technology or technology is going to leave you behind. And the rest of it when they are foreign, I don't know how I'm going to tell you to save some of your money or something because bills are strangling way up here to blouse and skirt. But this morning, what I really want to talk about, because we got enough people in here now, I was waiting for it to build up past 500. What I really want to talk about is this video. London Brixton in the building. Big up yourself, fam. Big Slim. What go on? Listen, That video with Puffy, right? That got released last night. I don't know if y'all saw the second one. It's two videos that got released last night. One of them is Puffy beating the brakes off of Cassie. The one where he's wrapped in the towel and he goes running down the hallway in the hotel and she's trying to get on the elevator to leave, to escape. Y'all saw that? He dragged her back, you know what I mean, threw her to the ground. The man kick off her face, you know. She laid down on the ground and him kick off her face. Bow! I was like, oh! Eh. And then thump her up and all kinds of stuff. Drag her back to where he wanted her to go. There's a second video out where Cassie is covered under a blanket. It's like she don't want to be on video. And I think he had just done beating her or abusing her in some way. Physical abuse, verbal abuse, whatever. So she's probably like, why are you putting me on video right now? And she's trying to hide under the blanket. And he's videoing her. That's the second one. The second one, it's more of a taunting than a abusive video. But that first video, now we know why Puffy settled so quickly. Now we know why he settled so quickly. My opinion of this morning is going to be not a popular opinion, and I might trigger a lot of people, especially women, who don't like hearing the truth. So I might trigger some of you this morning, but some of you are always triggered anyways, anytime I tell the truth, right? Morning, King Biggs. Pauline Graham, big up yourself. Could not believe what I was seeing. I couldn't believe what I was seeing either. Now, you know, they went and dug up parts of her lawsuit, right? The lawsuit that made him settle out of court quickly. They went and dug up parts of the lawsuit. In that lawsuit, she described that same situation exactly as it happened. So she wasn't lying. She wasn't lying. You know, people were like, that bitch lying. She trying to get some money. Yeah. She told the 100% truth. And the lawsuit matches what King Biggs. That's exactly what I'm saying, but we're going to get to that. The lawsuit matches exactly what the video says. Now there are words out. Cassie about to get paid more. Again, she done with Diddy. She already got paid from him. She could never release that video because there's a clause that says you take this money, you go your way, you don't say nothing else, right? It ends right here. So somebody else had to release that video. In Cassie's lawsuit, it actually says Diddy paid the hotel $50,000 to keep that video. Diddy paid the hotel $50,000 to hide that video, to give him a copy of that video. You know what I think happened? I think he purchased it from the hotel. So you know who she's going to sue? The hotel. The hotel, because if I get abused in a hotel and they can make the footage of my abuse disappear and I can find out and prove that, I'm coming with the lawsuit. So she about to get paid again. No doubt about it. She about to get paid again. And I'm willing to bet that hotel, they're going to settle with her just like how Diddy settled with her. Off the record. Pauline Graham says they obviously had a copy. Check it. They probably didn't have a copy. Remember when they raided all his mansions the other day? One of the things that they said when they raided all his mansions, they said there was one of the particular houses that had cameras everywhere. The guy said there were cameras everywhere in there, secret cameras in every room and cameras everywhere in there. A lot of famous people and a lot of powerful people party with Diddy in these mansions, and he got secret cameras everywhere. He got dirt. He has dirt on big name people. This is the kind of dirt where you're like, oh, you sending me to prison? Okay, boom, bet. I got the video on you. The girl you went in the room with at my last party, she wasn't of age, and I got you on video. I think that raid, where they raided all his mansions and stuff, was orchestrated by somebody big. And I think that raid was to gather up all the videotapes, because Cassie even said it, and then later on, the dude named Little Rob also said he videos everything. And he keeps a copy of everything. Somebody said raid all his houses. Raid all his houses. Find all them shits. All of them, because he got some of us in there on, and if we're going to bring him down or humble him, we're going to need that. So I think he purchased that copy from the hotel and then had it at one of his mansions somewhere, and they hit his stash. When they did the raid, they hit Diddy's stash. They're in possession of that tape. I think they have a lot more stuff that's about to come out on him. They, for whatever reason it is, they got him on his knees right now, and it's like, oh, here's the first one. You want us to put another one out? You still talking? You want us to put another one out? More coming. More coming. But back to the Cassie stuff first, though. This is 2016 that Cassie got that beaten. So we're talking about, is it March or May of 2016? So we're talking about 8-9 years ago. Around that time, if you go look at the, I believe it was, is one of the music awards. Is it BET Music Awards or something? One of the big music awards where Puffy either hosted it or he was awarded some Lifetime Achievement Award or something. And he got up there and he said, I want to thank God. I want to thank my mom. I want to thank blah, blah, blah. And he said, I want to thank Cassie for holding me down and loving me at my worst. That's exactly the time that was happening. So Cassie would go take those kind of beatings and then leave and then come back and then dress up and go to red carpet events with him. And they would go in and out, in and out. That's a twisted relationship. You know, the question about that is, right, why did she stay so long? She had an 11 years relationship with Diddy. Gary Raymer, shout out. Do you know how handsome you are and how many girls like you? Siraj. I have no clue. I have no clue. Yeah, make me blush. Stop. Yeah, but a lot of people are asking, why did she stay in an 11 years relationship with him? You want me to tell you the truth? And now, this is where I say I might trigger a lot of women's feelings, because I'm going to tell the real truth. We're grown people. We've been in relationships before. We have bad ones and good ones. Some women, Cassie is no different from the politician down in Florida who was supposed to be, the next governor. He would have been the first African-American governor of the state of Florida. And Ron DeSantis beat him to it only because they found this married man, black man, with his black wife and his two beautiful black children. They found him in a hotel room digging in white man booty. Yeah, that's the only reason. He had a wife. His wife knew all along. Her husband was straddling the fence, playing on both sides. Knew all along. But you know what she said? He's going to be somebody. And he's going to be somebody big. And I want to be a part of that ride. I want everything that comes with it. I want the mansion. I want the fancy cars. I want the private jets. I want the vacations. I want the multiple pieces of multi-billion-dollar properties. I want the status. I want to be seen on TV. I want to be on red carpet events. I want to be known as the first lady. So I don't give a damn if he like white man booty. I'll uphold this image as long as I have to keep him where he's at because of what comes with it. That's the same thing with Cassie, man. That's the same thing with Cassie. People are asking this morning why the hell Cassie stays for 11 years. Listen to me. We all know how to get away from somebody that we want to get away from. Run across the street straight into the police station. Point blank, period. Forget, oh, he's a stalker. He's going to run me down. He has powerful people. All the excuses. Run right across the street, right into the police station. Tell them everything you know if you really wanted to get away. She was an adult when it started. There's a lot of women out here that have been in an abusive relationship. The first time that Big Dirty John Crow raised his hand and slapped her, it was the last time he did it. She was out of there. The first time he acted like he was going to hit her or strangle her, she clutched her pearls. And then when he went to work, she was out of there. Because she made up her mind. I'm not staying in no relationship with no man that hit me or act like he's about to hit me, doubling up his fists and juking like that at my face. Eventually, one day, this crazy man is going to really hit me. I'm out of there. There's a saying that says, women break rules for men who they really want. And they make rules for men who they don't really want. That's where you catch them saying, well, you know, I've never done this before. I don't even know what it is, what he has over me, or why I'm staying. Girl, he beat me. He dragged me. But you know, I was at the Source Awards, and we flew in on a private jet, and then we got picked up by a limo, and then we went to one of his mansions, and then we flew from the mansion to Turks and Caicos. It was a wild week. And he gave me $100,000 just to go shopping. After he punched me in my eye. So it's like, oh, I don't know. I think I could take another punch in the eye. It was $100,000 to go shopping. In Cassie's lawsuit, there's also the accusation of when he'll beat her up, and it was so bad. Sometimes he would beat her and it wouldn't be so bad. When he would beat her up and it was so bad that her lip was busted and her eyes cut. She's red, right? She really light skin. So everything's going to show even more amplified. He would send her away. Just give her a large sum of money and send her away on some vacation. The part where she said it was her job to go hire sex workers, which he would then, and she had to make sure she got the ones that had the biggest dinglings, because that's what he wanted to see going in her. There's no chain on you. This sounds like you're catering to a wealthy man's fetish. You could have been ran. What? All us broke men out here, right? Which woman out here can you say that you have, can you say, hey, babe, I want you to go find me a man with a big hood, and I want him to ram you out right in front of me, and I want to watch. And your woman is going to say, Got it, babe. Say less. No. Your woman's gonna look at you like you must be fucking crazy. What? You don't respect me? What do you take me for? Cassie would go by her own account. I'm not making this up. She would go. She would go get the men. She would vet them. She would make sure the dingaling matches what Puffy was looking for. And they would do their thing. This is nothing but. Let's take a call real quick. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Hi, SouFLo. One of your watchers here. In the UK.
Uh-huh.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Yes, I am watching and I'm agreeing with every word you're saying. Yeah? Every single word. And every time these things happen, I say the same thing. What the hell? Ain't you take your drag your ass and go into, I'm calling from the UK. Drag your ass in the police station with your face bruised up and just go in there. All the evidence is here. What the hell you staying out for? And you know, we just said a while ago about the fetish thing yeah. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I have 3 girls here.
Right.
And I'm thinking, oh my God, why they keep doing this? Why they keep doing this? I mean, just get out.
Exactly.
Leave the money alone. Money for the love of money. For the love of money is the root of all evil. Leave.
Now, when you're talking about this type of money, though, see, that's the thing. I'm gonna get into all that. Just follow where I'm going with this, because I know the exact reason why Cassie stayed that long, and I haven't hit it yet. That's only some of it. But yeah, that's when you're talking about a different type of money. Different type of money. But yeah, you're on track like me. I'm saying, you know, she had all
my
that
time
to run.
When these things happen, when these things happen, and we're having a conversation, my girls and hear me, they say, Mommy, but I said, no. Leave. You can leave. You're an adult. You are an adult. Or if they're underage, where are the parents? Where are they?
Right.
I don't understand any of that. I mean, I've got 3 girls here, and there's under no circumstances would I have my minors going to adult's house and I don't know what's going on. What the hell? No, yeah. It's just come down to the money and all these things that is going on here. And you know, yeah, she still have her life, but you should just take the money. Go on with your business, shut your mouth then. But if you're going to make up a big hoo-ha about something that happened, God knows how many years ago, why didn't you say something then when he was knocking your ass all over the place? And then if you had said something, you would have stopped him a long time.
Right. She didn't get what she wanted yet. That's why. But I'm gonna get into all that.
Right.
I'm gonna get into all that.
I'm going to continue listening to you.
Okay, I appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right.
Have a good day.
You too.
I'm listening. Okay, bye.
All right. Listen. There's a producer, right? She's a songwriter, actually. Her name is Red something. Give me a second, fam. Red something her name is. She because she dyes her hair red all the time. There's a producer. She was also a very good friend of Cassie, and it was through Cassie that she met Puffy. And she wrote a lot of big songs for Puffy, and she was writing them for Cassie. But she said Cassie would not be able to get the songs because Puffy would buy them. And Cassie would not be able to get the songs unless she did what Puffy said. So here was the deal. This is a fair exchange between 2 adults. I hate to say it this way, but this is what it is. Cassie wanted fame and wealth. She wanted a lot of money and she wanted to be famous. She wanted to have an album that charted at the top of the charts. Puffy is the hit maker, the mogul, the person who's put in position to put you in position. She basically sold her soul to him. And when she saw how much she had to go through to get to her goal, she was like, fuck it, I'm doing it. You want me to go get sex workers and have sex with them in front of you? That gets you off. I'm doing that. You're gonna give me the song so I could sing it tomorrow? Boom. He would tell Cassie, you gotta come participate in this free call first. And have multiple guys on her at the same time. He would tell her, you have to come participate in these free calls first. Then we meet in the studio. And she would do it. And then she would get the song to go sing in the studio. Then you would hear yourself on the radio and you'll be like, yes, I'm on the radio. Damn, what I had to do to get me there. But I'm on it. It was a deal between Cassie and Puffy that Cassie would have fame and fortune. It didn't work out. What happened was Puffy did to Cassie what he did to majority of all the other artists that was under him. He robbed her. He robbed her. And I said this when the lawsuit got settled. I said Cassie was an adult throughout the whole situation. She put herself in a precarious situation with Puffy. I don't know what happened behind the scenes, and I'm not going to speak on it. But I believe that whatever money she got, she deserved it. Not because I thought he was beating on her, because I hadn't seen the video, and I don't like to judge people based on one side of accusation, right? So in my previous video, I said, I know for a fact that he robbed her, though, because Cassie's music sold a whole lot back in the day. And Cassie didn't get a penny off of her own music, her own voice. She didn't get a penny off of it. So this was her way of getting some kind of money off of her work, her voice. And I felt she deserved that. But the fame and the fortune and the stuff she was looking for wasn't going to happen. And when you look back 11 years and you realize, damn, this man been playing me all along. I mean, we made a deal and I thought he was going to deal with me fair and square. I'm going to do all the freaky shit you want me to do. I'm going to be the one that hold you down in the background. Come on, Diddy, I got you. This, that, and the other. And you played me? You played me for 11 years. And nothing that I wanted from this came out of this. Nothing I wanted from this came out of it. I'm broke. Now we not together. Let me draw the other card. The other card came out. And the other card was, I'm suing you. I'm suing you. Even, I don't know if y'all noticed, but just an accusation was enough to get the ball rolling. And usually, when any powerful man, especially black men, are accused, you start losing money right away. You start losing money right away just by you being accused. He knew what he did to her. I'm sure she told him, listen, if you don't want to settle with me and you want us to take this to court, I'm going to air everything out in court. And I know you don't want me to do it. Me and you know what we went through. And he's like, all right, man. But she was smart because she didn't sue Puffy. She sued a conglomerate, which has other people in it and their business interest in it. So they said, listen, Puff, my money in this. I can't have, your name being called in this manner, her dragging us through court. Then next thing you know, they start looking at us like we hiding you. You know how it goes with the Me Too movement and women abuse and all this. Just settle quickly. But they didn't know the firestorm was coming. They didn't know. Don't y'all notice? Every major entity, Revolt, Bad Boy, every major entity that Puffy was the head of, he had to relinquish his leadership position at every major entity. Everything he had major stocks in, he had to cash out. He's done. King Big said he's done. He's done. Somebody wants him really, really done, though. Somebody really wants him done. I don't know if it's that deal with the alcohol people, Delarion or whatever that name was, and he wanted majority ownership of it. And they were like, you little uppity nigga. And he's like, yeah, fuck you. I'm Puffy. What? And they're like, oh, you are? Okay, hold on. Stick a pin. Made a couple of phone calls to their people. And everything started coming out. Boom, lawsuit. Videos. 4 Horsemen got him. Yeah, but on Cassie, where I say my speech will trigger women, ladies, y'all know damn well that some of you stay for, it don't have nothing to do with him being powerful, as in, oh, he's so powerful that anywhere I go on earth, he's going to find me and kill me. It don't have nothing to do with that, because look at him now. If he was that powerful, he could stop all this stuff that's happening to him now, and he can't. So he ain't that powerful. Rich, yes. That powerful? No. You could have ran a long time ago. I just hate to see grown people put themselves in certain situations, like all these adults who wanted to be famous and wanted to be close to famous people. They in that room doing coke. You open the door to the room and there's like a pound of coke on the table. You open the room to the door and the ganja smoke is so strong in there you can't even see your hand in front of your face. You open the room to the door and there's a naked man standing there with 2 big dildos in his hand. And you going in the room? And you go in the room and they ramrod you with the 2 big dildos and they bash your face into the coke and have you snorting up a whole lot of coke. And they twist and turn you and did all kinds of stuff to you. And now you want to sue somebody. Come on, man. You wanted to party with the stars. You wanted to party with the stars. But it didn't work out the way you thought it was going to work out. See, some of these women be having ill intentions, right? Like, oh yeah, I'm going to have one of his babies. Or I'm going to give him 2 kids. Even if we don't work out, I mean, I want to be the main, but not necessarily. Because even if it don't work out, it's $50,000 a month per child. $100,000 a month. I'm living good for at least the next 18 years. I don't have to work. I just got to raise these 2 kids. And with $100,000 a month, I could get a live-in maid. Girl, I could go shopping, go on my girls' trips, girls' night out, girls' weekend in the Bahamas, girls' weekend to Turks and Caicos. Where your kids at? They're at home. They're at home with the nanny. They do this on purpose. Put yourself in these situations on purpose. Then you get hurt. And then you come out here talking about, oh, he hurt me. You knew you were going to get hurt. It was a trade-off for you at the moment because you thought you were going to win. Like Cassie thought she was going to go to the top of the charts. She thought she was going to be famous, rich, an A-list celebrity. She got swallowed up. Oh, Bishop T.D. Jakes, Chris Brown. Have you ever been swallowed up? She got swallowed. She got swallowed up by the game, man. She got swallowed up. So that's as real as it gets. You can't, don't hide behind your intentions backfired on you. But now the world has changed. The world has changed. You notice, did y'all see Harvey Weinstein? His conviction was overturned. They're not overturning no black people convictions, though. His name is Weinstein. Do the math. They're not overturning no black people convictions. They say, yeah, we're going to hit Harvey Weinstein. Oh, how many? Damn. Harvey, stop it. That's a lot. Do you know, Harvey, you have 50 women here. 40 of them are famous. One said you ran around the room, you chased her around the room. She barely got out of there in her panties because you wanted her so bad you ripped her shirt off while you were chasing her. She kept running. She kept saying, "No, Mr. Weinstein, no." You ripped her underwear. You ripped her pants off. She try every time. This is her telling her story. She said every time she circled the room, she would try the door lock, and she would open the first. The door had like a couple of locks on it. She would first lap around the room. She'll boom open the top lock. Second lap around the room, she'll boom open the second lock. Third lap around the room, she'll try the door lock. Damn, it's locked. Okay, twist the little thing in the middle. Fourth lap around the room. Whoa, she finally got the door open. By this time, I have only my underwears on. My bra is gone. My top is gone. My pants, my shorts are gone. I'm running down the hallway, holding my two titties in my panties. Mr. Weinstein wanted me really bad. Peter Nyong'o, a bunch of them. They said, you know what we're going to do? We're going to find Harvey guilty, appease the crowd, get the Me Too people out the way, calm the women down. Harvey, you're going to sit about, a little while. And then after that, we'll overturn his conviction and, let Harvey do his thing. Ain't no black people convictions getting overturned. Now they're calling for Puffy to go to prison. And now you got to ask, if it's caught on tape like that, can he be criminally prosecuted? The answer is yes. I don't know if there's a statute to what was done, of limitation to what was done. Some crimes, if it's not caught within 4 or 5 years, some crimes, if it's not caught within 20 years. For us regular people looking in at rich people life, I'm not talking about your uncle that have a little bit of money more than everybody else in the family. You got to open your mind up when I talk about this type of rich. Because you never lived it before, and most of you never been around it before, right? For people that live that kind of life, everything is at their fingertips. Their wildest dreams come through. Future just sold his catalog, or half of his catalog, for hundreds of millions of dollars. He's already a millionaire, multi-millionaire times over, right? Earns buku millions per year, every year. Lives in a different zone. You know what he said? He said every girl that come around, or every woman that come around, they come straight and they leave by. Because I be having them do stuff. Oh, you straight? Yeah. All right. That's what that money will do. He said that's what that money will do. When she ain't never been on a yacht out in the Mediterranean, when she ain't never flown on a private jet, when somebody has never given her a bag that's worth $30,000 plus $30,000 cash in the bag, when she never experienced any of this, and she come around and it's big dogs in here, multi-million dollars worth of jewelry all over the place, champagne popping like water, and she indulged. Oh, I never done nothing like this before. Okay, I want to see you kiss her. She came straight, right? I don't get into certain things. This is him explaining it. She came straight. I want to see you kiss her. Yeah. I kiss her some more. I put some tongue in it. All right. Now you take her clothes off. Yeah. Now I want to see you go down on her. And they doing it. The level of money, when you talk about Puffy them and you talk about money and you talk about fame, they're at the pinnacle. They're at the pinnacle. In a world where money means nothing to these guys because they got so much of it. And remember, you're a regular schmegler degler struggling ass person that come from a struggle. Ain't nobody in your family rich. Nobody in your family is rich. Bill Cosby is free after doing time. After doing a lot of time. After all his stuff has been removed. Harvey Weinstein still got movies that he directed that are still making buku bucks out there. They're all over all these networks. You don't see the Cosby Show playing anywhere. I'm just saying. But I'm not trying to justify it and black and white it. I'm just trying to tell you that some people will get away with it because of how they're connected and because of... It's starting to get hot in this car. Let me see. I didn't want to turn the car AC on, but... Alright. Some people will get away with it, right? But black guys ain't getting away with this. And when you're black and you're powerful, you're supposed to hold yourself to a higher standard. I'm talking to even black guys who are on a lower level of power. You don't even have to be that much. If you're a... Shit, if you're a prominent YouTuber, hold yourself to a higher standard. You can't be out here just fucky. You can't be out here just mixing with any woman and everything. They'll look at you like food. I know he making some kind of money. May I try to see how much we can get. Look at the woman that's suing me. She's suing me for 1.5 million US dollars. And when I look in the paperwork, because some of my audience members when it first came was like, SouFLo, don't talk about it yet till you contact an attorney, blah, blah, blah. Well, I've done all of the above now, so I could give you a little bit more. This woman, in her paperwork, people, is saying that I am so powerful, I control a lot of media houses in Jamaica. And I give orders for police officers in Jamaica to harass her the whole time she was there. Pull her over unnecessarily. Abuse her. And I told the Gleaner to put out the Gleaner, the Star, and whatever else, to put out a negative story on her. Now, mind you, the woman went and rented people's car. And she took the people's car she rented. And according to the rental company, if you pay for a car for 1 week, you bring the car back when the due date for the car is, right? She had the car till the due date. She called the day before and extended it. And then once they extended it, she canceled the card that they were supposed to take the payment from for the car. Then she disappeared. So she was on the island for weeks with these people's car. I did a video because I'm thinking this don't look good. A woman from New York, she's not a Jamaican, she comes to Jamaica and she's missing for over a week in a rental car. Man, I hope she's okay. I had this woman's best interest at heart. I'm telling people, look here, look there, look everywhere. But then when the rental car company now released their statement saying that's what she did, and she put a video out on Facebook, not YouTube, and somebody sent it to me. Yo, SouFLo, look, this the woman y'all looking for. She had Duns River Fall, acting up, having fun. So I made a video after that. And I said, yo, turn into people's car. And you got people over here worried about you. You know, said that woman is the same woman that came back to the U.S. and filed a $1.5 million lawsuit against me. I'm just telling y'all that people see you and they're like, him have how many subscribers, him come on every day, YouTube pays this much, that motherfucker got money and I want some. Let me figure out how to get some. Because she not suing the rental car company who released all that information to all the media houses. She not suing Jamaica Gleaner. She not suing the Star, the Observer. She's suing me in the U.S. Because what she gonna get this in Jamaican dollars? She want American dollars. And somewhere in her head, she thinks she can get $1.5 million from poor little broke me. I was even telling Shakira the other day, because Shaki left, right? She left and go see our family in another state. And, I'm at the house. And she made a joke and said something like, I bet one of the rooms in the house, she was like, I bet you did in there, so shake up that bed, yeah. I said, shake up that bed here. Yeah, bring in your girl them in here doing the thing. I said, me? Listen, the last thing I need is to find some fly body girl and bring her to my house where I lay my head, and she can describe the inside of my house, intricate details that will hold up in court. And I'm thinking, oh, we're just gonna go chill by the pool, pop a couple bottles, watch some TV, do something, and next thing we know, a rape case come out. Yeah, he took me to his house and he drugged me and raped me. I'm scared as hell. So I'm telling every man out there, you don't have to be P. Diddy them money rich. You don't have to be on that kind of level of power. People's perception of you is their reality of you. And they'll come at you if they think they can get a food off you. Puffy now. Diddy can't get away from this no more. Remember that statement that he released? That man said, I've been quiet for too long, and now it's time for me to say something. People have been saying this and that and dragging me and my family's name into the dirt. Let me first say that in no way, shape, or form, blah, blah, blah. You know, I've never seen somebody doing dirt that came out and said, yeah, I'm doing dirt. So, I didn't expect him to say, yeah, I whooped ass. And I'll beat other bitches too. I'm P. Diddy. We didn't expect that. We didn't expect nobody. You ever be cheating on your spouse and you over here saying, yeah, I cheat sometimes? No. You over there saying, nope, I've never cheated. In no relationship have I ever cheated. I'm not a cheater. I'm not the cheating type. You will climb up to friggin' what's the hill called that Jesus was crucified on. You will take us off the cross. You will remove the nails out the palms and bring them down yourself. Not me. Cheater? No. I hate cheaters. While cheating. I hate cheaters while cheating. So me not take people at face value when they tell me, oh, I would never. Yeah, right, you're human. You would. Only time could tell me you would never. So if I've been around you 20 years and you've never in 20 years, I could say, yeah, in the 20 years I've been around so-and-so, they have never. But anything other than that, yeah, he's done. Because now, every other accusation after this is going to stick. That's all that video did. That video just made everything else that Puffy has to say in his own defense now null and void. Remember how Puffy's attorneys came out? His attorneys came out and said, these are just baseless false accusations. It's a money grab. They're coming at our client, Mr. Combs. It's a money grab. And we're going to settle this. Hell, we might even countersue some of these accusers. Don't forget Little Rod, the dude that just put in the other lawsuit. Little Rod lived in all of Puffy's houses for a little period of time because he was working on music with him. And that's how he rolls. He creates music on the go. It's the ambiance. It's the, I'm not feeling this track right here. Maybe if we get on a private jet and take it to Jamaica for the weekend, you know, we'll get a different vibe to it. Come on, Rob, pack your bags. We going. That's how they move. Don't you see, in Little Rob's statement, in Little Rob's court papers, it says that the guy, the white dude that travels closely with Puffy, that is his drug boy. That's what he described him as, his drug boy. The feds used that information, ran up on Puffy M at the airport. Remember when his private jet was grounded somewhere else in the Caribbean? I think it was Antigua and Barbuda. His private jet was grounded, and he was taking a private jet out of Florida to go link up to his personal private jet in Antigua and Barbuda. And they were intercepted at the airport in Miami. When they searched them, they found drugs. Guess who took the fall for the drugs that was found? The same white boy who Little Rob mentioned or wrote in his statement in his lawsuit. Go look it up right now. I cover these videos more on my other channel, which is SouFLoTV. Little Rob told in his lawsuit, and they used that same information and hit gold. You see, it adds up. Somebody can't say SouFLo sells crack and he keeps it in a red bag that he carries all the time. And the feds go, okay, boom, bet. So next time we see him with the red bag, we're going to pull up on him and see if there's any crack in it. And they pull up on me, and I got my red bag, and they pop it open, and it's full of crack. That's called valuable information, my friend. Yeah. So these people who are telling on Puffy or Diddy, they're just making sure that everything he says from now on means nothing. If you go to court and the lawyers can prove that you lie all the time, or some of the things you've said in the courtroom has been a lie, the next question they ask is this to the jury or the judge: hey, he just lied about A, B, and C. He's no longer a credible witness. You might be telling the truth about one thing, 10 things, and you might have lied about one thing. But the fact that they caught you lying about one thing, the next 10 things you tell the truth about becomes null and void. So Puffy is out there, Diddy is out there now in a place where, boy, I was saying before he's gonna bounce back, but not after that video. He ain't bouncing back from that. Nobody will invite him to any more affairs. All the award shows. And y'all gotta remember too, Puffy started getting bigger, hit the billionaires list, started feeling his britches, started stepping on toes. Let me show you a big offense. Diddy is done. Absolutely King Biggs. He looked like he's done. Remember when he did the Marvel character? I think it was Batman, right? He did, I think he did the Joker first. He did one of them characters. And the creators of the character and the owner of the copyright for the character, this is real Hollywood. These people are powerful, powerful. They reached out to him and they said they didn't appreciate him doing it. Even I was like, damn, why wouldn't they want Diddy to do, it was Halloween. Why didn't they want, because he went overboard. He had the car made, he had the costume, and he was saying he is the best Joker, and I'm the best Batman. They don't want me to play Joker? Oh, fuck it then, I'm playing Batman. When these people reach out, right, and they tell you stop, when they reach out and they tell you don't play with me, I'm offended, I didn't like what you did, your ass better apologize. Especially if you're black and you're playing in that billionaires club. You're new to the club. And you don't have nobody in the club that's going to back you up. Because all the other billionaires in the Billionaire Boys Club, they trying to stay in there too. You see how they turned Kanye West? Took away his billions, sent him back to millions. He went from being worth $1 billion or $2 billion, however much it was, to being worth $400 million in 24 hours. Everybody else looked at that. They like, nah, Ninja. My kids go to private school. The kind of private school where only the wealthy people send their kids. This ain't your regular private school. It's $85,000 a year for each one of them kids to go to that private school. And we talking about elementary school level. My yacht is a $6 million yacht. My wife drives a Cullinan. And she has her plaything right there. That's a $300,000 Rolls Royce. That's one I have in a hangar over there. Our private jet. I ain't trying to risk all that for you. I'm not trying to risk all that for you. I'm staying in the building. I'm going to keep my mouth shut. You ever wonder why they never speak up and defend each other? Because ain't nobody in that club to back them up. In that world, it's like, we'll let you in. Long as we could eat off of what you're doing. But you better behave yourself. Because if you get up in here and start acting like, oh, I'm so powerful because I got a lot of money now, so I'm just going to talk reckless to just about anybody, we'll take it all back quickly and show you you're not that powerful. We run this. Man, listen. Puffy is done. P. Diddy, Puffy, Brother Love, Sean P. Diddy Combs. Karma is a bitch. I told y'all before, right? I said the universe will never be kind to somebody who does dirt to people who had your best interest at heart. He has to know. I remember if you come up when I came up, you remember in the 90s, you remember in the early 90s to mid 90s, you remember all the R&B groups, almost all the R&B groups that were number one, male and female groups were attached to Puffy. P. Diddy, he was Puffy. Sean Puffy Combs, P. Diddy, whatever you want to call him. All those groups were attached to him. Here's the deal. All those people in all those groups were young. They were inexperienced. They didn't understand the business side of the music. They trusted him because he acted like he was a brother who had their best interests at heart. How you think he got his money? 112 was begging the other day. 112 was like, we even offered to buy back our own publishing, and that man said no. He's been living off of our publishing for so long. Biggie Smalls publishing. Puffy been living off of Biggie Smalls publishing longer than Biggie Smalls was alive on earth. Think about that. That karma hit different. When people embrace you, take you as somebody good, won't do nothing to hurt you, and you ramrod every one of them on your way up. You know they have a saying, right? And it says, you better shake a lot of hands and be nice to a lot of people on your way going up. Because on your way coming down, you don't want it to be a whole load of asses that you're going to have to kiss on your way coming back down. The problem is a lot of people going up, the higher they get, they start to think that there is no down. Ain't no way I could fall from here. Oh, I'm really on top now. Oh, I used to make $5 million a year. Now I'm making 25. I'm the man. Oh, now I'm making 100 million. You can't tell me nothing. Ain't no way I could fall from here. Yeah, boy. Look at this fall. It's a long ass way from the top to fall. It's just like a baby. When the baby climb up higher, It's just a longer way if they fall down and hurt themselves more. If they fall off the couch, oops, they hurt. You don't want them on the kitchen counter because that's a higher fall. Upon the tile floor, them in the house. Really, I gonna hurt themselves now. That's how I look at life. That fall from way up there, that hurt. And it's a slow fall. It's a slow fall. It ain't falling fast. The ground is far away. It's a slow fall. Coming like when somebody jump out of an airplane at high altitude. You just out there coming down slow. Everybody's watching you come down slowly. That's what's happening to Puffy right now. Everybody is just watching him come down slowly with no parachute. No parachute. He probably got a parachute. If he was wise, he would have had some money ducked off in certain places around the world. You know, where he could throw his hands up and be like, okay, it's time for me to say goodbye to this. Pull a Russell Simmons. Head over to Bali. Something. I remember one comedian, Eddie Griffin. Eddie Griffin said, no black man will escape unscathed. Oh, you think it's a joke? You got to pay to play in that club. You thought Eddie was doing a stand-up comedy routine, right? Oh, you think it's a joke? You got to pay to play in that club. And guess what? They coming back for it. They coming back for it. And none of them are going to escape with their millions and just ride off into the sunset. Every last one of them are going to get tarnished some way before it's all said and done. The legacy of Bill Cosby, Jello Pudding, the only show that had the black family, that had the mother is an attorney, the father is a doctor, all the children are smart, intelligent, they're in school, they're well-spoken, sisters going off to college, brothers in college already, getting ready to graduate with his degree. All that got stifled. You notice we don't have any of those kind of shows anymore that depicts the black family in that manner anymore, right? Yeah, boy. Yeah. Wait. My boy say all the money them ton. Hey, can't speak for certain people still. PJ Happy said to lose everything. They choose to be unrighteousness and wicked, so yes, you pay the price. Black people still not learning. There's a price to be paid, man, and they paying the price. I don't feel no way for nobody. I was about to misspeak and say I feel sorry for Puffy. I don't feel sorry for nobody. That shit that he did to Cassie, that's lame as hell. The man kicked the girl face like, I seen people fight in the streets and I see a man kick a next man face like that. After he knocked him unconscious. He straight up kicked her face. She looked like she went unconscious for like a little minute. And then when she shook it off and was trying to get up, he dragged her like a rag doll. I'm not going to sit up here and play all holy and righteous. There's a lot of people out here that's throwing darts at Puffy, at Diddy, who are doing the same thing or have done the same thing. And now suddenly you're self-righteous because his dirt is exposed, but yours is not. He is who he is, so it's magnified 1,000,000 times over for the world to see. I'm going to say it like this. Women, stop playing this horse and carriage game or horse chasing the carrot game. You know when it get dangerous. You know when to leave. But I know that if you think something is in it for you, you're going to stick it out. You're going to stick it out. I've been around women in my lifetime that took beatings. Took beatings because who they were with had something they wanted. Yeah. And then you come back and sue later. But for the men, there's no way excusing what he did. It's seen now. The whole world's seen it now. Nobody, Puffy can't say nothing to nobody no more. He's done. He's done. Anytime he opens his mouth to speak after this, and they don't care if it's 20 years ago, or it's 8, 9 years ago, or it's yesterday. They don't care. Right now, they're trying to look at how they can press criminal charges. Because you do know, right? Well, I know in the state of Florida, they have laws. And back in the day in the state of Florida, if a woman was with a man and the man beat her up, he would get locked up. They would have to come to the woman and say, do you want to press charges? You know that one phone call that you get from jail? A manipulator, a narcissistic abuser, he would take that one phone call and he would call her. And he would say something like, babe, yeah, man, them have me lock up in there. I'm going to eat from morning, you know. Now, this the woman him just beat up, you know. I'm going to eat from morning and my belly hurt me and thing. John, no. Baby, no, so I never mean for do it, you know. No, man, you just hurt my feelings a certain way, star. I don't know something just come over me and I just do it. John, no, I'm sorry. I don't do it again. And before you know it, that one phone call turned sweet talk. Sweet talk turns to, no, I don't want to press any charges. They got to let him go. They caught on to that. Because what happened in a lot of those relationships was he would abuse again, get locked up again. She wouldn't press charges because he kept doing the same thing. Eventually, she would end up dead. Or she would end up severely hurt. One man cut off him woman's nose completely off her face. Another man used a razor blade and cut up the woman's face seriously. Another one burned her face with acid, so the lady looks completely different today, disfigured. You know, all these things that could have been avoided had the state stepped in. So the laws now says when they come, they don't want to hear nothing from you. If that woman look anything like she been through anything, or if she even says it, she don't even have to look it. She could say it. There was a guy the other day, the woman was trying to set him up. And she was in the bathroom banging her face on the wall and beating her hand on the wall. And she calling the police. And she telling the police, hurry up! Hurry up! He's over here beating on me. And she lick herself on the wall, you know. And if it wasn't for him with that video, he has his own phone and he was like, look at this crazy ass woman. You see this? Now imagine if I wasn't videotaping this. By the time the police gets here, her nose bleeding, her face is scarred up, she beating herself on the wall, her arms bruised up. You know they're taking me to prison, right? But yeah, the law changed. So the law now does not require the victim to say, I want to press charges. The law looks at it from a law standpoint. Did we or do we have substantiated proof, substantial amount of proof to come up with a case, to bring forth charges against this person for physical abuse, bodily harm, etc., etc.? And the answer is yes, we have the videotape right here. So now in Puffy's case, it's only a matter of a statute. Is it expired? They don't need Cassie to say, I want to press charges. They want to press charges. They want to press charges. Get it? They don't need Cassie to say, I want to press charges. Cassie's lawsuit was settled behind the scenes with a clause in it that she can't say anything else after that day. pertaining to how much money and what happened previously that led to the lawsuit. People are able to get a hold of the paperwork, though, through the court system. So the information within the lawsuit is out there. But she can't speak. So, of course, she already got her money, so she can't now come and say, I want to press charges for the time he beat me like this. But that hotel, the $50,000 that they got paid to keep that quiet, imagine when they hit the stash and found that, and it matches her lawsuit, and they said, God damn, it really did happen. Exactly like she said it did happen. Hey, Lieutenant. Yeah, I think we have enough to put a case against them. So let's see. Let's see. My cryptic says facts, because if within the rights of the law, the state 100% can prosecute him. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see. Because I'm telling you right now, the only thing that's going to save Puffy from jail, P. Diddy from jail, prison, is if statutes exist in the state they were in that has expired on pressing charges on that type of abuse. That's the only thing that's going to stop him. And they would love to handcuff him, trust me. They would love to the humiliation. They would love to handcuff him. They would love to see once wildly famous, wealthy billionaire Sean P. Diddy Combs has fallen from grace. He was handcuffed today and taken down to the 71st precinct where he was booked in. They would love to see it. Somebody right now is sitting around going, ooh, this makes for good TV. Hey, call up the police department in that city and see if it's possible that we can actually press some charges. TV ratings will go out the roof. It's a cold world. Cold world. We've been on this for an hour and 22 minutes. I think that's enough for the morning. I'm gonna leave you guys with one warning. Big up to everybody tuning in. I'm gonna leave you with one warning. Do not, as grown adults, put yourself in situations where you know what time it is, and then you cry victim later. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. May the chips fall where they may. May justice be served how it's supposed to be served. Then it's justice. That's that. Big up on yourself, yo. Manners and respect to everybody tuning in. Thank you for being here. It's Saturday. I think I'm about to go down to the beach today or do something. I don't know what I'm going to do. But enjoy this life because it's short. No matter how long you live, it's short. Right? I'll catch y'all later. Look, probably I will go randomly live again on some other stuff. But stay tuned. One love. I'm out. Peace. Plus me, I get hot in the car in the seat. The temperature right now is already... It's already 87 degrees here. Shout out to my people in cold places. I'm sending you some warm vibrations. I have to turn on the AC, sir. I'm out. Heat advisory. Yeah. 87. 87 already. Hot. I think today is going to be, let me see. It says it. Yep. Today's going to be 94. Beach weather. 94. D3D. 93. 95 for y'all. You must be in Florida. I agree. First time I seen your show. Angela Jones, shout out to you. Thank you for being here. It's about statute of limitations. Yep. Blackmail and if he had diplomatic immunity like Birdman. Oh, shoot, before I go, I know a lot of people don't like to listen to Candace Owens, even though she speaks a lot of truth. I couldn't stand her at first, but once I got past the things that we really don't like about her, I realized she speaks a lot of truth. Cat Williams and Candace Owens, that's the two people name I should have called before we ended this. Cat Williams said it. Remember, go back to the Shay interview with Cat Williams. That interview has over 60 something million views already in just such short period of time. Go back to that and listen what Cat Williams said. Candace Owens said yesterday the only reason that Puffy was never prosecuted for any of the stuff he's been doing all these years is because he is a federal agent or he works for them in some capacity. He's not the only one. He's not the only one. A lot of them are undercovers, working for law enforcement, incriminating other people, giving over evidence, and that's what allows them to be able to move around as if they have immunity. Just so you know, for those of you still dibbling and dabbling in the drug game, everybody in the drug game turned feds sooner or later. And the bigger the drug dealer is, the more likely that's a fed. Because them done get pinched already, but the feds allow them to continue so they could pull others in to give them and supply them with information when they need it and all that other stuff. Anyhow, I'm out. Peace. You know, let me go.